everybody, welcome to my patio. My name's Elizabeth and we're going to practice yoga together. I need to thank my son Jesse for setting up the plants behind me, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful sunny day, so I'm looking forward to sharing this practice with you. I thought we'd work a little bit on hips. So let's start in a comfortable seat. As always, root down into your sitting bones. You're welcome to use a pillow or a blanket if you want to sit up a little taller. You can put that under your hips, give yourself a little bit of height, might be a little bit more comfortable, and let your knees drop a little bit, rock a bit from side to side. Take your shoulders up with an inhale, and slide them down your back with an exhale. Lean back into your sitting bones a little bit, and just start to focus your attention on your breath. Notice if you're holding on to tension anywhere, especially if it's in your neck, your shoulders, or your lower back. And with your breath, try to ease some of that tension out of the spots where you find it. Bring your hands together at the heart, let your thumbs rest on your sternum, take a deep inhale. And bow toward your fingertips with your exhale. And find the intention to guide your practice. Seal your intention to your heart. Take your hands back down to the knees and roll your shoulders back as you lift your chin and chest. Open your eyes, welcoming yourself to your practice. Starting with a simple seated pose with the right shin in front, lean forward a little bit and bring your elbows down onto the knees. Take an inhale and bring your heart forward slightly. And then start to walk yourself forward a little bit. Find to do this while you have your hips slightly elevated if you're seated on a block or on a blanket, or like me, on a pillow. Take another inhale and then walk yourself forward into a forward fold. And then carefully bring yourself back up. Change the cross of your legs so that your left shin is in front. Inhale to sit up tall. And then lean forward again, bringing your elbows down onto your knees. Ease into that left hip a little bit, and then start to walk yourself forward. Inhale again. And start to bow deeply on your exhale. Walk yourself back up to seated, and then come over onto hands and knees for some cat and cow tilts. Bring your hands right below your shoulders, knees right below your hips with tucked toes. And on your inhale, take the tailbone up and bring the heart forward. Round back, tuck your chin. Inhale again, come forward. And exhale to round. And just keep working back and forth like that. On your next inhale, come to a flat back. Firmly tuck the left toes and extend the right leg back behind you at hip height. Bend the knee and flex the foot, making sure you got a little internal rotation at the hip. And then lower your chest between your hands, bringing that heel up over your head or over your neck. Set that knee down. And again, if you have tender knees, like my right knee is always a little sore, you can use padding below if you like. Same thing on the other side. Extend the left leg back behind you. Bend the knee, flex the foot, push the sole of the foot upward, little internal rotation from the hip, and then lower your chest, lower your chin. Kick that left foot forward. Bring yourself back up and set the left knee down. Step back with both feet to plank. And then lower your knees, lower your chest. And on your inhale, roll up into a little cobra pose, keeping your elbows back by your ribs. Let's start in a low cobra to sort of gauge where your lower back is and where you're applying the leverage. Don't use too much weight in your hands. You should be able to pick them up and still keep your chest mostly lifted. Set the hands back down, tuck your toes, push up to the knees first, and then straighten your legs, lift your hips, and move into your first downward facing dog. And in your first downward dog, you are welcome to move around if you want to push your hips a little from side to side, or you like to pedal out your knees, or you want to dip your shoulders. Take the adjustments that seem to serve you. Look toward your hands and take a couple steps to walk up towards forward fold. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale and bow. With soft knees, rise all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, pull the hands to your heart. Inhale again and circle the arms. Exhale and fold forward all the way down. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale and fold. Soften your knees and step back to plank. Lower the knees again. Lower your chest. And on your inhale, roll up into cobra. This time extend your hands back next to the hips. Tighten your kneecaps and lift your feet for lotus pose. Set your feet down, bring your hands below the shoulders again. Rise up first to your knees, then straighten your legs. Lift your hips, downward dog. Look forward and take a few steps to walk up, forward bend. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale and fold. With soft knees, roll all the way up. Reach your arms up and take a little back bend at the top. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again and circle the arms high. Exhale and fold forward all the way down. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold and step back, plank. You can lower down with your knees on the mat or with straight legs all the way to your chest. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, come up to your tiptoes, extend your right leg up behind you, and then on the exhale, bring the knee below your chest and place your right foot between your hands. Lower your left heel, and then rise up for warrior two, opening to the long edge of your mat. Take a little tuck in the hips, sinking a little deeply into your lunge. Open that right knee out so that it's more over your ankle. And then extend your arms, turn your head to look over the back of your right hand. Bring the hands down and return to downward dog. Inhale back to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, bring your knee below your chest, round your back, and then step your left foot between your hands. Drop the right heel and rise up for warrior two on the left. Draw the shoulders back so they're over your hips, and then relax the shoulders down your back. Sink a little bit into lunge, opening your left knee out so it swings over the ankle. And turn your gaze over your left knee. Bring the hands back down and return to downward facing dog. You can choose to stay here to take a child's pose or flow through the vinyasa by inhaling to plank. Exhaling down to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk back up to forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and fold. Walk your feet out as wide as the mat. And place your hands in the middle of the shins. Roll your shoulders back. And bring your chest slightly forward, lifting your tailbone like you're doing a cow pose, and look slightly forward. This should flatten out your lower back, lengthening through your hamstrings. Inhale again. Exhale and fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, refold. Inhale again, little lift, lean forward. Exhale and fold deeply. Let your head and your shoulders release. You're welcome to cross your forearms and just grasp opposite biceps or opposite elbows. Let yourself dangle. It's fine to keep a little bend in your knees if your hamstrings are tight. If you have your arms crossed, uncross them and come back to your fingertips. Pick up your chest. And then walk your hands over to the right. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, bow in towards your right shin. Bring the weight of your hips over your right heel. And you sort of shift the weight over to the right side. You get a little stretch there in your left hamstring and your left thigh. Bring yourself back to center. Inhale to reset. And then take your hands over to the left. Exhale and bow in. This time, bring your weight over your left heel. Take a little stretch in the right inner thigh. And you'll feel a sense of engagement here in the outer hip as well. Feel some of those muscles do a little work. Walk yourself back to center. Heel toe the feet underneath you. And then with soft knees, rise all the way up. Reach your arms up. And exhale, nice and hard. Inhale again, circle the arms high. Exhale, fold back forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, step back to plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your toes, extend the right leg up. Exhale and step through, find your high lunge. Lower your left heel again, this time rise up for warrior one. Draw your right shoulder back. In your warrior one stance, you may want a little shorter, you may want to bring the back foot forward slightly, picking the hips up out of the lunge. If this feels better, more stable to you, you're welcome to stay here. You're also welcome to push that foot back if you want to sink more deeply into it. Just keep the twist so that your right shoulder moves back. Your chest faces the top of the mat, and you can lean back a little. Look down, take your hands to the floor, and return to downward dog. Come back up to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Drop the right heel and come up for warrior one on the left. Again, we want to draw the left side back, anchor into the back foot, drop into the lunge a little, pick up the chest, look up and lean back. Bring the hands back to the floor and return to downward facing dog. Stay here. Take child's pose or inhale to plank. Exhale down. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up. Forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and bow. Soften the knees and rise up. Reach up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale and circle your arms. Exhale, swan dive fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees, step back with your left foot coming to a high lunge here on the right. You can use padding for your knee if you like it, and lower your left knee to the floor. On your inhale, rise up. Exhale and sink into your half crescent. Keeping your back toes tucked, pick up your chest, look up and lean back a little. And here you're getting a good stretch in the iliopsoas. So it's a muscle that begins here, threads through your thigh, or pardon me, through your hip, and then attaches up here at the top of the thigh. Bring the hands down. straighten your left leg, and then rock forward a little bit, and lift the left leg up behind you, coming into a standing split. Inhale and lift. Exhale and bow. And as you look under the body, you can either point the toe or you can flex the foot, whichever is better for you. Just make sure that your kneecap and your toes point toward the floor. So you're not opening your hip yet. Lower your left foot. Inhale again, long back. Exhale, forward. Send the right foot back, coming into the same high lunge. Drop your right knee, bringing some padding underneath it if you like that, and then come up, half crescent. On the exhale, sink into it a little bit. On your inhale, pick up your chest, lean back. And feel that same great stretch in the hip flexor on the right. Look forward and bring the hands down. Straighten your right leg, rock forward a little bit, and then straighten up the left leg, lifting your right leg up behind you for standing split. Inhale, pick up your chest. Exhale and fold in. If you notice that you're stacking that hip, close the hip by internally rotating your right leg from the hip so the kneecap and the toes point toward the floor. Set your right foot down. Inhale, long back. Exhale, forward. With soft knees, rise all the way up. Reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again and circle the arms high. Exhale and fold back down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, soften the knees and step back, plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale up to your toes, extend the right leg up behind you. On the exhale, bring that knee in underneath your chest and come into a three-legged plank with the shin hovering off the floor. And then we're going to swing this knee out to the right. So you open your hip like a door. Open it up, and then bring it back under the body. Swing it out, and then bring it back under the body. Last one, swing it out, bring it back under, and then set the knee behind your right hand coming in for pigeon. Start to push your left foot back, keeping the toes tucked. Inhale here, take a little lift. And then exhale, walk down to your elbows, or you can rest your elbows on a block. And if your right hip is tight, you're welcome to put a pillow beneath your right hip or put a block beneath your right hip if you need just a little bit more elevation. Inhale, little hip up. Exhale and fold deeply. Bring yourself back up onto your elbows. Walk your back knee forward a little bit. Come up to your hands, and then push back to downward dog. And we'll try the same series on the left. Come up to the tiptoes, left leg up. Exhale, bring that knee below the belly. Hover in a three-legged plank with the shin hovering off the floor, parallel to the floor. And then swing that left knee out to the left. Bring it back under the body. Take it out. Bring it back under. Swing it out to the left. And then bring it back under. Then pull the knee forward and lower it behind your left hand. Start to walk your right foot back behind you. Inhale to lift your chest. And exhale to walk down to your elbows. And again, if you want a little support below your left hip, you can bring a blanket there, or a pillow, or a block. Keep the right toes tucked so that your right leg stays strong. Inhale, little lift in your chest. Exhale and lower your chest. Bring yourself back up onto your elbows. Walk the right knee forward a little bit. Come up to your hands. And then push back to downward dog. Stay here. Find your child's pose. Or flow through the vinyasa by inhaling to plank. Exhaling down. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward dog. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and bow. With soft knees, roll all the way up. Reach your arms up, take your little back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle the arms high. Exhale, float forward, back to forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, step back to plank. Center your left foot and stack your right toes on top of that heel. Turn your elbow creases forward and pitch forward a little bit on your toes, pulling the low belly in. Lower your chest to the floor, and you can touch the chest down, but keep your belly clear. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads, and then engage a lot of strength in the abs so you can easily press back up. Change sides. Centering your right toes, put the left toes on top of that heel, rock forward a little bit, and lower. You can set the chest down, set the chin down, engage all your big muscles, and then push back up. Return to plank, and then lift your hips for downward dog. Inhale back up to your toes, right leg up. Exhale and step through, high lunge here on the right. Using padding for your left knee if you like it. Sink into a very low lunge. You might want to walk your right foot out below the shoulder a little bit so you can press the hips a little closer to the floor. And if you need blocks, you're welcome to use blocks under your hands like this. What we're working on is getting the hips to move forward. So we're trying to take the tailbone to scoop under a little bit, pulling forward this way, and then keeping the chest on top of the right shin, or pardon me, on top of the right leg, so that you can really press your hips a little closer to the floor. And again, you're using a lot of strength in your left leg, so don't just rest on that knee. It's very easy to straighten that leg and lift the knee because you're using so much strength in the glute. Straighten your left leg, coming back into your lunge, then press back, downward dog. Same thing on the other side. Come to your toes, left leg up. Exhale into your high lunge first. And then lower your right knee. I'm going to use a pillow under my right knee. And then we're going to start to sink the hips. Walking the left foot out a little bit so it's directly below your shoulder. Scooping the tailbone under so you take the pelvis kind of this way. We'll tuck and move forward. And then you can sink your chest right onto your left leg. And keep using the strength in your right leg so that you can really push the hip a little closer to the floor. Straighten the right leg and return to downward dog. Stay here, find child's pose or inhale plank. Exhale down, inhale to cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward dog. Inhale a little bit. Exhale and we fold. Soften your knees and roll all the way up. Reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. I'm going to move into a little balance, taking a tree pose here. So if you like to balance next to a wall, you can hold on to something. I've got the post on my patio there. So if you can stand next to a wall, you might feel more solid. Bring your weight into the left foot, pick the right knee up to hip height or higher. Hold on to your right ankle and open that knee out to the right. Pull the foot up into your right, your right foot into your left inner thigh, and then push into the leg, push the leg into the foot, and mirror that pressure in your hands. Open your right knee out a little bit. And if you'd like, you can take variations with the arms. So you can bring your hands up over the shoulders if you prefer. You can be asymmetrical and take the right hand down to the inner thigh, reaching up with your left hand if you prefer. Wherever you've decided to spend some time with your arms, bring the hands back to the heart. And then pull the right knee up and set the right foot down. If you prefer a low tree pose, rather than taking the foot up into the inner thigh, you can take the foot right there to the ball of the calf. But make sure that your heel is below the knee. So we don't ever want to put the foot up into the knee, because if you push into your knee, you can buckle and fall down. We don't want that. So other side, take the weight into your right foot, bring the left knee up, open the left knee out, and pull the left foot into your right inner thigh. Push into the inner thigh with the foot, push the thigh in and the foot in together, pressing your hands together to mirror that pressure. Oops. And if you slide out of it, you just find your way back in. And you have the option to take the arms that you prefer. If you like to open the arms this way asymmetrically, or you can extend both arms up. Bring your hands to the heart, release the left knee, and then set it down. Shake your legs out a little bit. And we just opened the legs out, we opened the thigh out, working on the inner hips a little bit by taking the knee out to the side. So now we're going to work the other side of the hip, the outer hip a little bit. And bring your block in front of you. If you don't have a block at home, you can use a chair, or you can use a book or anything else that's about the same height. Bring your weight into your left foot and cross your right foot above the left knee. And so your legs look kind of like the number 4. Start with your hands on your hips and then begin to squat. And you may find that this is as far as you want to go. You don't want to go very deep. If this is as far as you squat, that's cool. Otherwise, you can start to target your block with your hands and bring them all the way down. Having your hands on the support like this lets you deepen the squat, lowering your hips slightly. Keep a good flex going in your right ankle, and then sink into it a little bit. If you like, you can take the block down, or if your hips are really open, you can forego the block and bring your hands to the floor. And you also have the option to sink in really low if you want to bring your left thigh parallel to the floor. And you take this little prep for flying pigeon. Straighten your left leg and uncross. Bring your block back into position and back up to standing. And then we'll try the same thing on the left. This time, take your weight into the right foot, settle into it a little bit. Should have a nice soft knee. And then pick the left ankle up above the right knee. Start with the hands to your hips. And then just start your little squat. And you can use back of the chair to hold on to if you like. And start to sink a little bit more. Target your block or your book or whatever you're using. I'm going to pull my ankle up a little higher here. And you have the option to take the block down a notch, or to remove the block entirely and bring your fingers to the floor. And if you can take your hands all the way down, you may be able to bend into it a little more, dropping into your hips and taking that deep squat. Straighten your right leg, uncross, and with soft knees, roll back up to standing. Reach your arms up, and exhale, hands to the heart. Walk back to the top of your mat. Inhale here and circle your arms. Exhale and fold back down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees and step back to plank. Lower all the way to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Set your knees down, coming into a table. And take your left toes off to the side so they're a little bit off the mat. Make sure that your left knee and your left hand are lined up. Extend your right leg back behind you at hip height, and this time stack the hip. And then extend your right arm up. Pull your left shoulder so it stacks with your right shoulder. And then, if you notice that your toes are pointing up, internally rotate that leg so that your kneecap and your toes are not pointing up, but rather pointing the same way. You're facing forward. Look down and bring the right sides down. Same thing on the right. Press your toes off the mat, line up your right knee and your right hand, and then extend your left leg back, stack the hip, but keep the left leg rotating internally, and extend your left arm. You want to make sure that the toes are not pointing up, but rather that the hip is stacked and the leg is internally rotating. Look down and bring the left sides down. Step back with both feet coming into plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward fold. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale and bow. Soften your knees and rise all the way up. Reach your arms up, little back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again, circle the arms high. Exhale and fold back down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees, step back to plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale up to your toes, extend your right leg up. Bend the knee, flex the foot, and stack your right hip over your left. Taking another big stretch there on the outer hip. Re-square the hip. Pull the knee underneath your chest and let it hover. Then swing that right knee open to the right. Pull it forward and hook it on your right elbow. Push back to downward dog. Come up to your toes again, left leg up. Bend that knee, flex the foot, and stack. Keep your shoulders level. Keep pressing the sole of your left foot over to your right. Re-square your hips. Pull the knee under the body so you hover in your three-legged plank. Take the left knee out to the left and then pull it forward to rest on your left elbow. Push back, downward dog. Stay here. Take child's pose or inhale plank. Exhale down. Inhale cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, little lift. Exhale and bow. Now right here in your forward fold, we spent a lot of time here, so you should be able to get your fingers down to the floor. But if not, you can use a block to help you out. We're going to move into that little figure four pose from the forward bend. Take your right ankle with your left hand and pull it up above your left knee. And now you can use your block here if this is not possible for you to do without it. Then start to drop into your squat. Pick your left heel up and drop into that little tiptoe balance. And if you really want to test it, you can try to take your hands up, just balance there on your left toes. Look forward, take a big inhale, and then on your exhale, send your hips up as you straighten the left leg, bowing back in. Lower your right foot. And remember, you can do all of that with your hands on a block. Put some weight in your right foot. Using your right hand, grab the left ankle and pull it up above your right knee. Start to drop your hips, sinking into this, coming into your tiptoe balance. And again, if you'd like to give it a whirl, you can settle up, sort of bringing your weight over the toes, and just test a little bit. I'm holding onto a block with my right hand, but I'm going to try to pick up my left. And you know what? If you fall out of this balance, no biggie. Your hands are really close to the ground. Actually, all of you is very close to the ground. Bring your fingers to the floor in front of you if they aren't there already, and then commit to lifting your hips and straightening your right leg. Drop your left foot. Inhale again, little lift. Exhale and fold. With soft knees, roll all the way up. Reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again and circle your arms high. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale and fold, plant your hands and step back. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Come back up to your toes, extend your right leg up behind you, and then bring that right knee in for pigeon, setting it down behind your right hand. Push your left toes back as you lower your hips, and then walk down to your elbows. Bring a lot of weight forward here, so that you have more weight in your arms and a little less in the back foot, and you should be able to just easily bounce that back foot. And then we're going to deeply engage the abs. Lean into the front of the pose as you straighten your left leg and pick it up. Slowly set your left foot down. And then bring your hands back to the floor and step back to downward dog. Same thing on the other side. Come up to your toes, left leg up, and bring the left knee in for pigeon, setting it down behind your left hand. Lower the right knee, start to push the hips closer to the floor, and bring your elbows down. And just like we did on the first side, we're going to test how much strength we're using in the back leg. You want to keep the back leg really light, bouncing the foot if you can, and then lean forward and pick up the right leg. And you can point your toes, you can flex your ankle, whatever feels better for you in that right leg. Slowly set your right foot down, walk back up to your hands, and return to downward dog. Stay here, take child's pose or inhale plank, exhale down, inhale to cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and fold. Soften your knees and roll all the way up. Reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again, circle your arms high. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Step back a little bit and make sure you have a block or something, a stack of books to put below your right hand. You can take the block if you have one up at its highest elevation, or you can keep it on its second height. We're going to move into a half mirror pose here. Center your right foot below the hips. And then extend your left leg out behind you and bring your left hand to the hip. Start to stack that hip, keeping your left leg internally rotated. And then roll the left shoulder back. And you can stay here if you like, or you have the option to extend the left arm. Look down, lower your left hand, unstack the hip, and then place your left foot to the floor. And we'll change sides. Move your block so it can support your left arm. Center your left foot below the hip and extend your right leg back behind you. Bring the right hand to the hip. Start to open the hip first. Roll the right shoulder back to stack that shoulder, and then extend your right arm up. You have the option to turn to look at your right hand if you want to. But you don't have to. You can just look down or look at the wall. Look down and lower your right hand. Unstack the hip. Remove your block. And then lower your right foot. Inhale here a little bit. Exhale, drop into a tiny little squat. Bring yourself into a tight little ball. Wrap, move this block out of the way in case it's blocking the picture at all. Wrap your arms around the front of your shins. And grasp the opposite elbows. And then drop your chin. Balance down. Opening up the space between your shoulder blades. Release your hands to the floor. Pick up your chest a little bit and then open the knees out wide. You can either stay with your hands on the floor or you can pick your hands up to the knees. Pull the hips over the heels so you can scoop the tailbone under. And then you have the option to take your hands to the heart. Next option, if you'd like, is to extend your arms up. Look forward and take your hands down. And I'm going to move this block forward a little bit. Sink the weight of your hips back toward your heels and then draw your elbows in to the shins. Lean some weight into your hands and see if you can bring your head down. Next option here in garland pose, malasana, is to take the hands behind your heels. And then again, lever your knees open a little bit. And you can drop them if you want, or you can just look forward. Bring your hands back below the shoulders, bring the knees in under your belly, and then straighten your legs, coming back into a forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale and bow. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward dog. Inhale, little lift. Exhale and bow. With soft knees, rise all the way up. Reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to your breath. Inhale again and circle your arms high. Exhale and fold back forward. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees, step back to plank. Continue your exhale as you lower down. Inhale. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your toes, extend your right leg up. Exhale, step through, high lunge. Lower your left heel and walk around to the long edge of your mat, turning your toes in that direction. Inhale, long. Exhale. Turn your toes out toward the corners of your mat. And walk your hands over toward your left foot. Inhale here to pick up your chest. Exhale and bow. Walk yourself back to center. And then take the hands to the right. Same thing. Inhale and in. Exhale and bow in toward your right leg. You notice you're keeping your legs straight here. And then we're going to begin to move into some more challenging lunges. Walk yourself back over to the left. Turn your left toes to the short end of the mat and then bend that knee. Lower your hips and pick your right toes up. Pull the hands up to the heart in Skandasana. Pick yourself up a little bit if you can. You also have the option to open your arms. Take the hands back down, and then we'll walk it over to the other side. Sink your shoulder into the knee, drop the hips, and pick up the left toes. Start by pulling your hands up to the heart. Maybe pick up your chest. Option to open your arms if you like. I'm going to bring my hands back. I'm feeling a little less stable on this side, and I don't want to fall down in front of all of you. Take the hands back to the floor, pick yourself back up, come back into your wide leg forward bend. Turning your toes to face the long edge of the mat. Inhale, little lift. Exhale and fold. You have the option here to take your elbows down as long as you can get a little bit of traction in your shoulders and your neck. Or you can take your hands to your ankles, or you can reach under the body, take the hands underneath your legs. Bring your hands back below your shoulders, pick yourself up, walk your feet underneath your hips again. And with soft knees, rise all the way up to standing, reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Walk back to the top of the mat. Inhale, swing the arms up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and fold. Walk your feet out wide as the mat and turn the toes out 45 degrees again. We're going to take a wide squat. Keep your heels down. And then bend your knees out over your feet and sink your hips down toward the mat, bringing your hands up to heart center. And again, using your elbows to lever those knees wide. Try to get a nice long spine. You're welcome to ease your weight a little bit from side to side. Take your hands back to the floor, put some weight into them, and then lift your hips up, bringing the feet back below your hips for forward fold. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees and step back. Lower to your belly, and then roll onto your right side. Bring your right elbow directly below the shoulder. Flex your feet. And then we're going to move into a tree pose variation for a plank, a side plank on the forearm. Bring your left foot up into the inner thigh, just like you did for your tree pose. And then brace your hand in front of the torso and pop up. Then extend your left arm. Lower your hips first. And then swing around and do the same thing on the other side. Make sure that your left shoulder is pretty much stacked over the elbow. Flex both feet so they're nice and strong. And then brace your balance with your right hand in front of the torso. Pull your right foot up into the left inner thigh, just like you do for tree pose. And then using your right hand for balance, pop up and then extend your right arm. Lower your hips first, and then come out of the pose, swinging yourself back up to seated. Come back into a simple cross-legged pose. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then we'll take the same forward bend that we used at the beginning of class. Lower your elbows to your knees to start. Inhale, little lift. And exhale, fold deeply. It's a lot easier now. Bring yourself back up and change the cross of your ankles so that your left shin is in front. Lower your elbows back to the knees to start. Lift your chest with an inhale and then exhale to fold down. Bring yourself back up to seated, and then come down onto your back, keeping your knees bent. Lower all the way to your spine. Cross your right ankle over your left knee and push that right knee out toward the top of your mat. Sit up a little bit, reach through the hole with your right hand, and then lace your fingers behind your left leg as you pull your right shin a little bit closer to your chest. This is called through the hole stretch or a thread the needle stretch. Ease up a little bit with your inhale and then exhale to pull your right shin a little closer to your chest. Set your legs down and then we'll do the other side. Cross your left ankle above the right knee, push the left knee toward the top of the mat, sit up a little bit, reach through, lace your fingers behind your right leg, and then start to lower your shoulders, lower your head, and pull your left shin toward your collarbone. Inhale to ease up. Exhale, deepen the stretch by giving a little bigger pull. Let go and set both of your feet down. Walking your feet about 4 inches apart. Windshield wiper your knees first to the right, pick them back up, and then lower them to the left. And we'll just keep working from side to side. This will massage the outer hips on the floor. Should feel nice. Pick back up, lower to the right, back up to center, lower to the left, and then back up to center. Bring your knees into the chest, holding on underneath your knees, rock a little bit from side to side here, and you'll rub your lower back on the floor, massaging out your lumbar spine area, top of the sacrum. Hold on to your shins and sit up into a tight ball, pulling your nose to your knee, and then start to rock. Until you come all the way up to seated. We'll take a few seated twists and then we'll go down to the mat to do some reclined twists. Begin by extending your legs forward, pulling your hips back so that they're under the shoulders. Pull the right knee up toward your chest and then cross that foot over. Wrap the left elbow around it and turn to your right. Pull your right shoulder back, sitting up tall. Come back to center and release your right knee. And we'll do the same stretch on the other side. Pull the left foot up, cross it over, wrap your right elbow around, grip the right hand with your left, and then twist to your left, sitting up tall. And use the strength of your upper body to help pull the chest and the knee a little closer together. Unwind, and then come down onto your back. Drop your knees to the right, rolling onto your right shoulder in the fetal pose. And tuck the knees in close to your chest, stacking your knees and holding on with your right hand, and then bring your left shoulder back down. You can extend your left arm off to the side if you like. And you can also extend your left leg, straightening the leg and bringing the foot into your right hand. And if that's not happening for you, just keep the legs stacked with the knees bent. Release and bring yourself back onto your back. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Rolling onto your left side. Stack your knees, pull them up close to the chest, and then roll your right shoulder back down, extending the arm off to the side. And then you have the option, if you like, to extend your right leg and bring your right foot into your hand. Release and bring yourself back up onto your back. Pick your knees up over the hips and then cross your right knee over your left knee and drop both of your ankles into your hands. Lower your left leg. I've got my right leg on top, remember? And then I'm going to keep a hold of that left foot in my right hand. I'm going to try to keep my right shoulder down on the mat. And then lift your hips, roll onto the left hip, and straighten your left leg to extend off to the left. And you can use a strap or a towel around either foot if you begin to lose your grip. To release this, let go. Ooh, try not to kick the plants. And then bring yourself back onto your back. Same thing on the other side. Bring the left knee on top as you cross your knees. Take both ankles or both feet into your hands and drop your right knee this time so it's down solid on the mat, and you hang on tight with your left hand. Pick your hips up, rolling onto the right hip a little bit, then straighten your left leg. Try to keep your left shoulder down. To release, let go of your feet, and then come back up onto your back. Lift and lower your hips a couple of times, and then extend your legs out long on the mat. Allow your feet to open out toward the corners, and turn your palms to face up, walking your shoulder blades in underneath your chest. Shut your eyes, and we'll prepare for a few moments of relaxation to absorb all the benefits of our physical practice. Keep your jaw relaxed and your tongue separate from the roof of your mouth. Relax your throat, your belly, welcome to stay here for as long as you like. When you're ready to come up, drop both knees into your chest, holding onto your shins, rock a little bit from side to side, and roll onto one side in a fetal pose. Then using your arms, press yourself back up to seated. Return your hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale. And bow to your fingertips with your exhale, with gratitude for yourself, for your practice, and for the intention you chose to guide your practice. And decide how your intention can guide you and serve you throughout the rest of your day, the rest of your week, the rest of your quarantine, off of your mat. I thank you very much for sharing your time with me and for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.